can see. So are you moderating or I can go ahead?
I'm moderating.
Okay, so the floor is yours
I'm
then.
moderating. Let's just give. Thank you. All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to tonight's money game show. Um, welcome to the money game show. All right. This is the 20th episode of the money game show. I mean, we have come a long way. We have had 19 episodes before this, and yeah, among those 19 episodes, we've had a whole lot. That's like 19 weeks. Yes, before this week. So among those ones, we've had Facebook ads, Instagram ads, copywriting, content creation, a whole lot, video editing, um, uh, importing and exporting. Sorry, importing. Oh my God, what's the name of this thing? Um, Importation. Yes, exactly. Importation class. We've had a whole lot, a whole lot, a whole lot. And that just shows to you that we are very, very consistent in bringing you value. And if this is your first time in the morning game show, the morning game show is show that Digitstem hosts where we bring professionals to teach you a thing or two, a skill to help you make more money. Okay, that is the main goal of the money game show, and that's why we have it every week. We show up with a different professional to teach you a different skill. Okay, yes, so we'll still be here next week again with another professional. Oh, if you don't want to miss next week's session, it is really going to be fun. It is going to be fun. It's something that we have never done before. We're doing it for the first time on the morning game show, so don't miss it. All right, so one thing again that I want you to know is these sessions are available for you to rewatch anytime, any day. Okay, just on this YouTube channel, just look for the session live, 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 Live. Just click on it, and you would, excuse me, you would see every of the videos, every live session that we have had before now. Go through them, watch it as many times as you can. Each and every one of them, they are value packed. Trust me, they are value packed. These professionals that we bring to you are not people that you come by any day, anytime. No, you don't get to have such sessions with them any day, anytime. They are value packed. So they come recommended. Okay, yes. So moving to tonight's session. Tonight's session is one that I am so excited about. I know you will see I'm always excited. Well, yes, I'm always excited to learn how to make money because why not? Ah, I live in Nigeria. In Nigeria, without money, well, I don't know. But yes, today's session is one that I am particularly excited about. I mean, freelancing. Who doesn't want to freelance? I think I've been hearing about freelancing. The first time I heard about freelancing was 2022. As I then I didn't even understand what was they say freelancing. It was not making sense. Freelancing. It sounded to me like something about cars. Because like freelancing, that was how I pictured this in my head. But well, now we have somebody to give us more details about freelancing. Yes, we have with us Mr. Benga Adebiyi, and he will be taking us further into ninth session. One thing I want you to do is get a pen, get a paper, get something to write, your tablet, your phone, whatever it is that you want to write in, and just down. Okay, just down, because you will be saying a lot of things, and your head is not your head cannot remember everything, so you need to jot down some things. And also, I want you to note that after this presentation, there's going to be a question and answer session. Okay, there's going to be don't ask your questions during the presentation. Wait for the question and answer session, and then you can ask him your questions strictly on everything he talked about tonight. If it's not part of what he talked about tonight, sorry, we will not be answering those questions. Okay, so yes, I guess that will be all on my end. Over to you, Mr. Binga.
Okay, thank you very much, Digitstem, and welcome everybody, and welcome to the morning game show by Digitstem. And my name is Benga DB, and we'll be discussing freelancing today. And I know a lot of you have heard the term freelancing. A lot of you know someone that knows someone that is doing freelancing. Today, I'll just be we'll be dissecting it, breaking it into ABC. Then we'll also be talking about how you can freelance smarter. Uh, the idea behind smart freelancing is that a lot of people, we have a lot of peanut earning freelancers, and the English is people that are freelancing but are making peanuts, so they are earning peanuts. And we also have a lot of struggling freelancers, frustrated freelancers, if I call it, and then we also have newbie freelancers, we have beginner freelancers, amateurs who are just starting their journey. And the idea of this is to just ensure that we use this, I use this opportunity via the Money Game Show to just dissect freelancing in simple ABC. So I will be going through the basics. I will ensure that uh, it's as simple as possible so that you would understand everything. I'll be using my slides and I'll run through it. The session will be broken down into two. That's apart from the this is now the presentation session now. So we have a presentation session, we have a Q&A session, but the presentation session will be broken down into two, theory and practicals, because I like to show when I'm talking. So you're going to be seeing the practical sessions too while I'm doing all this. So right now, I'm going to be presenting my slides, and then you would see everything about the slides, working on and going through. So this is a freelance smarter session, like I've said, and turning your freelancing career into a consistent and profitable business. I like to be called proud teacher because I'm proud to be a teacher. I like to teach. I like to, just impact. And my profile is one that a lot of people know about. And if you are not knowing about who I am, this is who I am. And you can always go back, because the way this session is going to be run, I'll present this in a way where you follow me all through and you can always go back to, because I want to be as brief as possible and touch the main point. So and that's why we're going to be having a Q&A immediately after. So slides like where I'll be posting the slides is just so that next, maybe when you're going through the video over again, you can go back to that particular slide and just check through it very well. So this is my profile. And why should you listen to me? I've had a lot of student testimonials. I have students who have earned big, and also basically the rates, the dollar rate. I sometimes I used to update this dollar rate, but nowadays I don't. I just used to leave it. The last webinar I held was this date. That's the date there, because the theme fluctuates. And the most important thing is this: when you are earning in first world currency, you are able to, create a shock absorber for yourself to guide you through. No matter what is going on, at least you are safe. Now, let me give you this scenario. Let me give you this example. If you have two people who are earning, one is earning 500K per month in Naira. Let's use Naira as a case study. Now, another person is earning $1,000 a month. And these two of them were earning these figures 3 years ago. Now, if their salary does not change in the last 3 years, I believe you know what Naira was 3 years ago and what it is today, about three, four, five times what it was. So without salary being changed in the past 3 years, it means that someone's money or someone's income has risen 3 to 5 times. And that's one of the benefits. If you're not going to pick anything to understand why you need to be earning in foreign currencies, that is one analogy you should use for yourself. Now, like I said, it's going to be in two parts, and I'll just cover the fundamentals of freelancing. We have theory and practicals, and we'll talk about how to turn your freelance career into consistent, profitable business. Now, basically, these are some of my student testimonials. We don't have this time to run through it. And I like to show people these testimonials just to tell them that if these people can do it, it means you can also do it. We've had people who are complaining or who says, oh, okay, it's because they are from Nigeria. That's why they are struggling with freelancing. No, these are Nigerians like you or people from any different part of the world who are earning this big money just because they are not, they don't have two heads. Basically, there's a lot of them and there's a lot of stories on them. Though I don't have the time to go deep into them, but you should understand that these people from different part of the world, different part of the country are earning big. And how are they doing it? And that's what I'm going to be showing you, how these guys are able to do it. So in the fundamentals of freelancing is this. What is freelancing? You might have heard of freelancing before, but what is freelancing? Freelancing is someone who does not have a single employer. A freelancer is someone that can work independently and someone that can work remotely. So the next question will now be, what is this remote work? Remote work is working from home or working from anywhere. That's it. The pandemic made everybody understand what remote work is. So remote work is something that during COVID-19 or COVID 2020, everybody knew what remote work was because you had to work from home. So yeah, and you can work full-time or part-time. Your digital skill will set you apart. It does not stop your 9 to 5. I like to add this testimonial of a student who I know who has 2 different jobs, and she still was able to get 17 jobs in a month from freelancing. So she works 9 to 5, and she was still able to do 17 jobs in a month. I like her testimonial. I like her story because it tells you that you can be doing your 9 to 5 and you can still be getting these gigs. Yeah. So, and there are a lot of platforms, and I'm going to be showing you some of these platforms. There's a lot of platforms that run that where you can use this freelancing, or you can use these platforms to earn. And we have the most popular platforms, which includes the Upwork, Fiverr, Guru, People Per Hour, and all TopTal. And we also have some remote job boards, yeah, so where the people post jobs and you can apply for these jobs. Now, the platform landscape, what I like to show people is, this is a very, very, if you look at it, we have about 100 plus, or close to 100 freelance platforms, because I've seen people that, okay, they only know one or they only know 2 platforms. Yeah, freelancing is more than Upwork and Fiverr. That's just what you should know. There's a lot of places where you can earn as a freelancer. You can even earn via LinkedIn, via social media. There's a whole lot of opportunities. Because remember what I said about a freelancer, you are not committed to a single employer, so the opportunities are endless. Now, in the fundamentals, you just need 4 things to be successful as a freelancer. I've been doing this for 10 years, over 10 years now, and I like to say that when people ask me, there are no secrets. The fundamentals is the same, and the fundamental is what you can use to apply as a freelancer to apply to different places. So the 4 things, and I'm going to run through these 4 things so you understand the 4 things you need. If you have those 4 things, then you are good to go. It means that you can freelance. It means that you can start earning dollars. It means that you can start thinking, to buy that land at Lekki or to buy that land at your, whether if you're not from Nigeria, from the other places, or that property or that apartment in dollars you want to get, you can start planning ahead and creating your vision board. If you have these 4 fundamentals in place. Now, the first thing is your niche. You need a skill. So that's what is called your niche. Now, freelancing is the way freelancing works, because when people say, oh, dollars, it's value for value. You have to bring something to the marketplace, exchange that, and get paid, which is your niche, which is your skill. Then after having the niche, after having a good skill, you need to have a good profile that presents you very well. A profile your profile speaks for you when you are not there. So you need to have something like that presents you very well. Now, after that, you need to understand how to apply for the jobs, because even though you have the right skills, you have a good profile, you must know the right jobs to apply for, because there are wrong jobs, there are wrong clients. How do you separate the wrong jobs from the good ones? How do you separate the wrong clients from the good ones? So, and in the practical session, I'll be showing you those wrong jobs or things to look out for, and some of the things that we can cover. Then finally, proposals that you submit. A lot of people have good profile. They've even seen the right jobs, but they are not submitting the right proposals. They are submitting the wrong proposals. So what do I mean by proposals? In the freelancing lingo, proposals is just what you use to tell the clients that you are the best person for the job. Now, if you are the best person for the job and you cannot present it to the clients that you are the best person for the job, the client will not hire you. So you have to also present to that client, telling the client that you understand their pain points and you are the solution they are looking for. And that's where these four fundamentals come together. And if you can apply all of them together, you are already successful. You're on the path to success as a freelancer. And let's cover them one by one ASAP. Your niche is this. There are skills and there are high income skills. So and you need something that is valuable. When you specialize, you increase the value of your skills. And there are platforms where you can learn these skills. We have platforms like, YouTube. I call YouTube the university of universities because anything you want to learn is on YouTube. I was sharing on my social media recently, immediately DeepSeek became a buzzword. DeepSeek, for those of you that do ChatGPT or know AI, immediately DeepSeek became a buzzword. Free Code Camp is a free platform for tech skills. I'm just mentioning their name. They are free. You can go to YouTube and just input it. We are currently on YouTube watching me. You can just type in your search after this session, look for Free Code Camp. If you want to learn any tech skill, you can learn it from them for free. Now, Free Code Camp created a course on DeepSeek immediately, and people can start learning and you can start applying. So if you have clients that need your skills as a DeepSeek professional, it means that because we have people that are earning as ChatGPT professional, prompt engineers, AI persons, AI creators, and on like that. So it means that if you have high income skills, people will pay you for it. It's as simple as that. We have platforms like Coursera, EDX, and Co, where you can learn these skills too. Now, the next thing is your profile. You need to have a good profile. And remember that your profile speaks for you in your absence. So if something is speaking for you in your absence, you must be able, because you cannot defend yourself. So any gap that's going to be in your resume, you feel it, because clients will not be able to ask you the question of why was this gap or what is this gap, and you'll be able to explain yourself. So your profile, resume, depending on the platforms you use, should be as detailed, full, and presenting your skills. I've seen people make the mistake of, oh, I have this skill, but I just did not want to talk about it. Why? So anything you have, anything you can do, present it. And I'm going to be showing you some sample profiles that you can look through. So then, for example, one of the major platforms is Upwork, and there's something called overview in profile. There's a way you must present this overview to make your profile as pleasing as possible. Now, the third step is the jobs you apply for. If you apply for the wrong jobs, you are wasting your time. It's as simple as that. You need to understand your ideal client. You need to understand the details of your ideal client, and you need to know how to separate the good from the bad. It's as simple as that. And finally, the proposals you submit. As I've said, if you have number one, good niche, good skill, number two, good profile, number three, good jobs, but you don't have number four, then the client will not hire you. Now, all these four fundamentals, they work hand in hand. And if you have one and you don't have, or if you have three of them, you don't have one, you would struggle. You might get job here and there, but you would not be a successful freelancer per se. You will struggle, your journey will be rocky. And here we're talking about how to freelance smarter and how to earn, consistently. So you must make sure that these four fundamentals are very, very well sorted. Now, your proposal, like I said, should have things that, talk about you, your experience, your expertise, and you understand pain points, and I'm asking for sale. I have template proposal. Now, the reason why I'm showing this particular template proposal, for example, is this. A student of mine shared these proposals, and I explained all the 6 things that was on this proposal and how it was good, so good. Now, these particular proposals have been duplicated more than 200 times, and people have gotten jobs with just this template. And what did they even do? They didn't even edit it. They just used these particular proposals, and bam, they got jobs. So that's how it works. So, and like I said, it's not by Upwork and Fiverr alone. There are a lot of places you can get jobs as a freelancer. I have freelancers that that have used Craigslist to get jobs. And these are some of the platforms, indeed, platforms where some platforms are remote job boards, some platforms are freelance platforms. I'm going to be showing you some of them. And you can get jobs via social media. You can get jobs via portfolio website. That means you can create your own website I can get jobs on it. I can also get jobs via cold emails as a freelancer. So these are places you can get jobs as a freelancer. Yeah. So let's do some practicals. So for the next 20 minutes, let me run you through some practicals. So I'm going to be showing you some platforms. Then just showing you we can how you can leverage these platforms. So yeah, let's go there. Now, one of the first platforms, I'll be showing you is Guru. Guru is a freelancing platform where you can hire freelancers. As a client, you can hire, and as a freelancer, you can get jobs on Guru. So Guru is one of the platforms that you can get jobs on, and it's a top platform. And for every platform I show you, please and please, one of the things I would employ you to do is go scroll to the bottom of the platform, and if you want to learn, if you don't have money to pay for coaches or pay for courses or pay for things, just learn on your own. I used to tell people, if you don't have money, have time. So if you have time, scroll down to the resources section and you can learn, you can click on their blog, you can click on how they work and, and about them, and you can click on their help and FAQs and, just scroll through that. So Guru is one of the freelancing platforms you can check out. Another freelancing platform you can check out is called People Per Hour. People Per Hour is a freelancing platform, that works like Fiverr, and I will talk about Fiverr next. So these are freelancing platform. What do they do? For every freelancing platform I'm going to be showing you, one of the important things you should know is this. You can learn from these platforms by just going through what you see there. You can learn from the experts. You can learn from people who have been there before you. So for example, let's say I'm a web developer and I come to this platform, for example, and that means they have people that have created packages of web development, and these are the best ranking web development packages. So that means you can click on any of these packages and use it to learn. So let's say I'm a novice, I'm a beginner web developer. I don't know how to create my package on this platform that would make clients hire me. I can just go through this platform, this particular package, and I understand this is how it is done, this is how it is created, this is how it is, this is how it is, this is what I need to check, this is what I need to do, and that's all. You're good to go. Now, you don't even have to check one. You can check at least 5. I tell people to check 5 so you can understand the pattern. So for example, this is another one. You can check again. So these are services I can offer. These are prices I can charge. You can learn from all these things. Especially when you are a newbie. You can even see the data. This has been sold 16 times. This has been viewed 12,000 times. So you can, all these things, you can learn from them to create your own package. Now, these People Per Hour is created in a Fiverr format. And Fiverr is one of the most popular freelance platforms out there. So how does Fiverr work? Fiverr work by creating gigs. If you notice the People Per Hour I just showed you now, it looks like gigs. It's called, that the freelance language is gigs, but they don't call their own gigs, they call it categories, just for the sake of branding. Now, for Fiverr, this is what a Fiverr gig look like. No matter the niche you are in. So let's say I'm a digital marketer. Let's say I'm a social media market person. So I know how to do social media marketing. So I can scroll here to digital marketing, scroll to social media marketing, click on it, see the gigs in social media marketing, and learn from them. By the time I want to create my own gig, I can use these gigs here to learn from them. So as I said, you just click on this gig, then you can see what the packages look like, the basic, the standard, the premium, the pricing. You can see what it looks like. You can see the words about this gig, everything. I own this, I do this, I'll help you do this. Like everything you need to know, like all the highlights. So study success and follow success. Study the successful people in your niche, no matter the niche you are in. Just study them. If you're a tech bro or a tech sis, you can check, okay, let's say you're a mobile app development person. You can say, okay, I'm a mobile app development person. I need to check. So you can check the top gigs in the mobile app development section and you can learn from them. If you are a data analyst, let's look for data analysis. Yeah, if you're a data science and analytics person, so look at this. This is data science. We even have cybersecurity above there. So you can see that the niches. So before let me just start showing you. When I was mentioning your niche, I'm mentioning your skills. Look at it, for example. You can see where and how many skills are covered. Look at graphic design, web, illustration. So another thing again is this: in case you don't know what to learn, or you don't know what to, you are not sure what to learn, you're not sure what to, the things you need to do. It means that you can come here and see the or the things that are, that are making money. See the skills that are making money and can give you an idea of what you need to learn. So web development, game development, mobile app, digital marketing, is social media, search, video marketing, analytics, animations, video production, social media marketing videos, social media video. Can you see? So these are examples of, you can go through. For example, this is for Upwork, also has its own, and I'm going to show you. This is for Fiverr, for example. You can go through all these skill sets and just maybe, okay, you need to add a new skill set to your skill set, or you just, if in case you don't have anything, you don't have an idea. These are, see writing, for example. You can see the amount of subcategories under writing alone. You can see the amount of subcategories under digital marketing, even though sometimes they want one person to do everything, which is not good, or which is not fair. You can see music, you can see business, you can see finance. So, okay, virtual assistant is under business. Yeah, you can see finance, you can see AI services. You can see that AI services has its own section now. That is where the world is going to. So you can use AI, and I'm going to talk about it. You can use AI to make a lot of money, and you can see that AI is already having a subcategory of its own, and that is what is going to happen. So you can see personal growth. So if you're a coach, if you're a life coach, if you're a teacher, online tutoring is something. So you can see consulting is something, data, something, data science also something, photography. So you can see the categories and subcategories we just saw here. And you can just click on any of them and go. This is virtual assistant, for example. For a lot of you that are in virtual assistant, you can see what virtual assistant, the top virtual assistants, what their gigs are looking like, and just check it out and see. This is someone, I'll be a professional. So you can see this is an example and see how the person is doing it, and learn from it and duplicate that to create your own gig. That's all. And that's how to do it. It's as simple as that. It's not easy, but it's simple. So, and like I said, I remember what I said at the beginning of this practicals. For every site I'm showing you, scroll to the bottom, look for their resources. In case you don't have money to pay for any course or to pay for any coaching, you can go and do these things on your own. So look at this: become a Fiverr freelancer, kickstart, or community. So you can go through it, you can click on all this here. And let's even just click on becoming a Fiverr freelancer. You can click on all these, see, join our freelancing community, and how to, when you see stories, what can I say, their Q&A. There's even used to be a blog. Yeah. So this is how it is, and you can explore, you can play around it. So that's what it means. As I said, scroll to the bottom and learn. But sometimes if you want to fast track your success, then you can, just learn from people who have gone ahead of you, and you can fast track your success there. So that's Fiverr. I've showed you Guru. I've showed you Fiverr. As a freelancer, you can use these platforms to earn. I've showed you people per hour. Now, one of the best platforms as a freelancer is TopTal. We'll go into Upwork next. TopTal is a freelance platform, but it's a top of the top. It's a premium freelance platform. So I don't know the level you are. If you are at a level where you have a lot of expertise, you have a lot of experience, you're not just, because freelancing is not for newbies alone. I've had people who have spent 10, 15 years of experience in their field and they just decide to freelance. They don't want to do 9 to 5 anymore for reasons best known to them. So this is a platform that only hires 3 out of every 100 applicants. It means that is not a platform for newbies. So if you are a newbie, you can go through the other platforms I've showed you, start from there, build yourself, get a lot of gigs, get a lot of clients. By the time you're doing big well, you can come to this platform and sign up on this platform, and you're going to be doing well on this platform and earning big. Now, Upwork. I like to use Upwork as a case study. So, and this is why I'm showing you Upwork. Upwork is one of the biggest platforms, and we are just logged into Upwork. And I will show you how to use Upwork, for example. Now, there are different ways to earn on Upwork. And first of all, remember I told you I mentioned your skills and I mentioned your profile. Now, I'm going to be showing you some sample profile. These are some of my students. But let me just show you their profiles. Yeah, these are some of my students. This is what their profile looks like. Now, if you look at this profile, everything on this profile has, this is an example profile. You have the right skills, and we don't even have to use my student. We can check for other people's profile. let me use this and tell you how to check for other people's profile. Now look at it. You can scroll to the profile and see what this is what a portfolio looks like. This is what the skill section looks like, project catalog looks like, testimonial looks like. This is what certification looks like on the profile, employment history looks like. So if you want to use Upwork as a freelancer, that means you must use, you have to use these profiles to, to do to you have to use the profile to guide yourself. Now, another thing is this. Let me just give you the secret. If you want to, so no matter where you are, so you can go to, so let's say you're a newbie, or let's say you just want to build your own profile. You go to talent, you log in, you go to talent, and let's for project manager, anything that comes to my mind. So let's say I'm a project manager. So you can click on project manager, and it's going to show you profiles of project managers, of top project managers on the platform. So you can look at these profiles and learn from them. So this is someone who has earned $80,000 as a project manager, and I want to learn. So let me see. The person is a technical project manager. The person is a business analyst. So then I can learn from the overview of the person. So you can learn from the overview of the person. This is how the person described themselves. I can learn from the other specialized profile of the person. Okay, the person added Scrum, product owner, or the person also had another skill in CMS development. But you can see, so you can scroll through this profile, learn from the profile, see the portfolios of this profile. Now, it's very important you learn from portfolios too, to see the kind of, because portfolios are very important. So use the portfolios, see the certification this person added to their profile, verified by Credly, and see the employment. So everything on this profile teaches you how to navigate as a newbie coming to the platform, for example. So it's very, very important to use those guides to make yourself better, for example. So let's say I'm a cybersecurity person, for example. Let's say I'm a cybersecurity person, and you can just type in cybersecurity as a talent, and I want to learn from people. So you can see the people, okay, this person is a cybersecurity consultant. So if I want to be a cybersecurity on this platform, and these are the things I need to do. I need to talk about my certifications. Can you see? So can you see the way the overview is written? Can you see the way the portfolio is done with you can also check the portfolio and view it further. You can click on it to view it further, to see what is described or what is talked about in the portfolio. So that should guide you, to create your own portfolio. Then you can also, you can go to, see the project catalogs, and I will talk about project catalogs very soon. Project catalog is just similar to Fiverr gigs I already showed you. It's as simple as that. So you can see certification, the person added their IELTS English proficiency. And this person is adding their IELTS English proficiency because they are not from an English-speaking country. So this is a proof, And one thing you need to know is this: everything on your profile proves or supports your proof that, you can do what you say you can do. So this is what a good profile looks like. So one of the things I'll employ you, because we don't have as much time, go and check other people's profile in your niche and use that to fine-tune your own profile. It's as simple as that. Now let's go to work. Let's go to find work. Now this is how to find work. And as I said, I'm going to separate, I'm going to teach you how to separate the good job from the bad job. Now you have a feed that you can use and save jobs. Now, there are two ways to search for jobs. You can use keyword and you can use categories. So let's say I'm a web designer. Let's say I'm a web designer. I'm trying to think of different skills as possible, because people used to think freelancing is just one or two people succeeding in content writing or virtual assistant. No, freelancing is very broad, and I've showed you some of the multiple skills. So let's say you're a web designer, you're looking for jobs. So look at it. You can type in web designer, look for the jobs in web designer. Then, as you can see here, now, how do you now separate the good job from the bad job? It's very simple. For every job you see, there's a job card, and I'm going to go through this as fast as possible. For every job you see, there's a job card. So, and you need to pay attention to the job card. This is no feedback. This is $0 spent. And if you click on this job card, you will see the client details. So, okay, this client just signed up today, so I can still manage. But at that, if you are a newbie and you don't know how to handle a newbie client, just ignore. But client details is very, very important. So this is where you see about the client here. So let's go into another job ASAP. As you can see, this is another client, but you can see the feedback here: 5.0 on 78, 60K. So this is a client you want to work with. So these are things you need to look for that separates you from a good client from a bad client. Another thing is this: you need to check about the client. And I love this client. This client has a 100% higher rate. This is very rare. This client has a 0%. It means that this client will always hire for every job they post. Now, I've had people who tell me, oh, I'm submitting, clients are not viewing my proposals, this, that. Even though you can do the job, ensure that you're not applying to jobs that, the clients are, not for you. So these are another client that signed up today. I'm looking for a client that did not sign up today. So yeah, ensure that you look for, you get jobs or client that would, yeah. So look at this, for example. This is another job. This is a client that signed up 3 years ago about the client, and the hire rate is 0%. Now, if you have connects are very expensive, and what are connects? Connects are what you use to apply for jobs, as you can see here. And I'll just show you what it looks like. Connects are very expensive, so you want to use your connect strategically. If you see someone that has a 0% hire rate, you have to be very careful. Especially the person that signed up 3 years ago, left it, and came back. You have to just. Now, it's not that. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of them are good, but you don't want to waste your connect. Look at this one. So you have to see, there's a lot of jobs. At every point in time, there are over 150,000 jobs on Upwork. That's the one that posts. And Upwork CEO says those jobs are just 15% of the jobs on Upwork. The remaining 85% are via invite. And that's just another story for another day, but we don't have the time to talk about that. Now, you want to apply for jobs, or you got your connect. You've paid, because on Upwork you would pay to apply for jobs. That's what the connects are for. That, before it used to be free or close to free. Now it's costing people. So if you're a newbie on Upwork, you should be ready to invest. Now, I showed you the other ways to earn. So it means that if you don't have any money at all, you can try all these other platforms that are free for you, and you can use the money you earn from these platforms to, buy the connect, so to say, after you understand how to use them. But what I want to say is this is very simple. Look at these two job cards. I'm a web designer. Look at these two job cards. $0 spend, $30,000 spend. No feedback. 57 feedback, close to 5.0. Payment on verified means this client has not even added a payment option. Payment verified. Which of them should you, even though you think you can do this job, which of them do you think you should submit for? Because that's what I said in number 3, separating the good job from the bad jobs. You have to be very, very, very ruthless with the way you are using your connect. Now look at this client again. The 98% hire rate. That's close to 100%. It means that this client will hire for this job. Now, when you check about the client, when you pay attention to the clients, then you can also check amount they've spent. You can check average hourly rate. This is for when you are trying to negotiate, so you have an idea of, what kind of money this client pays, he or she. Then you have to scroll down to check the activity on this job to know how many people have submitted, or just to know. Because sometimes you might see a good job, see a good client, and see 50 people have applied, and the client. Now, not that you cannot try your luck, but remember what I said about how connects are expensive, and you have to be strategic. Now, imagine you see, and we're going to try it. Imagine you see 50 people apply, and you want to be number 51. Now, what's the assurance that the client will not see, even though you are better than every other 50, and you're 100 over 100? The question I used to ask, I tell my students is this: what's the assurance that the client will not see a 90 over 100 in between those 50 and go with it? Because the client is too lazy to check out the 50. Just few clients have the time to interview alone. It's a big headache. That's why people hire HR and recruiters to recruit for them, because it can be very, very tasking. Because how do you know who is the right person or who is the wrong person for the role? So that's why you have to be very, very strategic when you are doing this, and you separate the good job from the bad job. And now, let's say I'm a web designer. I see this job, I like this job, and I want to apply for this job. It's as simple as ABC. You have 3 different profiles. You select the profile you want to use for the job. You read the job description very well. Then you tell the client, if it is by milestone or by project, this is a fixed price job. So mostly I tell people to use by project, because the client on the budget said this client said the budget for the job is $250. So just stick with fixed price. So this client said it's $250. Stick with the client budget. Don't do more than that. Now, sometimes I've seen people that say they can negotiate with the client. See, when the client puts a budget, put the client budget. When you are discussing with the client, you guys can negotiate. But right now, where the client is meeting you as a stranger, just stick with the client budget. How long will the project take? You talk about how long the project will take, less than 1 month. Then here is your cover letter. Remember what I showed you, the template I showed you. So you can edit those kind of templates, and you can answer the questions. Now, when you're answering clients, always ensure you attach portfolio to, and answer their questions. All the questions they have, answer them very well. Now, one of the things they've added, this is a new feature, as you can see, new, is that you can add any portfolio on your profile, any certificate on your profile can be added to your proposal, which is very good. then you can also boost your, add, spend extra connect. But remember what I told you about connects that you are spending, because each connect costs you for every connect, for every connect, you are spending 15 cents. And this is 11 connects. So this is like $1.65. So if I'm applying for this job as a web designer, I'm spending $1.65. And when you do that in Naira, that's telling you you're spending about 2,000 plus, so close to 3K for this application. So if I'm going to be spending 3K for one application and I'm going to be applying 10 times, it means that I'm already spending 30K. So if I'm going to be spending 30,000 Naira of my hard-earned money on applying, should I do it wrongly or should I do it rightly? That's why I like to teach, and that's why I like to give people things they need to do, the do's and don'ts they need to follow, so that they don't waste their connect in turn and they don't waste their money. So that's, searching for job, applying for job. These are the things you need to know. Now, when you come to your feed here, okay, there's also another way to search for job, which is by category. Let me run through the remaining ways to search for job and round up on this. The time is, so I just need to round up ASAP. Let me run through the other ways to search for job. Now, the other way to search for job is called categories. Let me run through the other ways to search for job and round up on this ASAP. I've showed you using keyword to search for jobs. The other way to search for job is called categories. And what are categories? So you can look for search categories here, and you can check for categories. So let's remember that I'm a web designer, so you can see web design and creative. You can click on all design and creative. And now, let me tell you, when you are using filters, because one of the things you should use here is filter. When you're using filters, please and please, the only filters you need as a newbie, as you grow, you can edit these filters. But if you're a newbie, you just need less than 5 to 10 and payment verified. Those are the only filters you need as a newbie. Over time, when you become an expert, you can tweak these filters. If you're an expert, please tweak the filters to your taste. You already know how to navigate these things. But if you're a newbie, mid-level, please just stick with these filters for now, because over time you will learn how to navigate them. So now when you filter this down, it will give you the jobs, because what the filter just gives you the number of jobs that it's not giving you jobs that have more than 50 people that have applied. Then you now follow the other things I've mentioned. That's the second way to apply for job, using category. The third way to apply for job, for the sake of our time, is going to your feed, saving your jobs, and creating your own feed for yourself. So these are saved job searches. They can create a feed for you. You can use your best matches depending on how your profile looks like. You can use your most recent depending on how your profile looks like, and you can use them to get jobs. But when you're using your best matches and your most recent, remember to pay attention to the number of proposals. As you can see here, you see matches. These are jobs that match your experience. So these are things that you would see and you say, yes, I can do it. But I can do it does not mean I should apply for it. Because imagine 20 people, 50 people have applied, 20 to 50 people have applied, and you want to apply for it. It means that you'll be number 21 or number 51. What are the chances? Now, I've seen people that have done this and gotten the job, but they know the amount of risk they are taking, and I don't like to gamble. So that's why I'm giving you this surefire way to help you. So yes, that's the practical session, because we need to end in 15 minutes. So let me just conclude. Let me go back and conclude my other session. Yes, stop screen. Yep. Yes. So I hope you learned from the things I've just quickly shared in the practical session. Yes. Yeah, so these are my Twitter handles, and my LinkedIn will come back here very soon. Now, the other part is what? How do you freelance smarter? Let me just round up with this and we'll move into the Q&A. How do you freelance smarter? How do you earn consistently? Because that's one of the things we wanted to talk about here. How do you ensure that your freelance business is consistently giving you money? Because one of the challenges freelancers face is the irregularity of income. And you don't want to be like that. You don't want to be that kind of freelancer. So have the freelance mindset shift. And what do I mean by this? Stop thinking like a gig worker. Think like a business owner. Build systems. I call it structures, not just skills. Focus on long-term sustainability over short-term wins. Now, attract premium clients too, because for you to be making consistent money and not making peanuts, you need to attract premium clients, by becoming a premium freelancer. Build a winning portfolio, because one of the things that helps you is your portfolio. Action speaks louder than voice. And your portfolio will back up your claim, show what you can do and show what you've done. You can create portfolios in different ways. GitHub, Canva, if you're a designer, you can use, Google Cloud, Dropbox, iCloud, Mega, everything. You can also use, Medium, Substack, and Co. Now, For those of you who have not gotten any job before, be your first client, hire yourself, and start creating samples for you. And what do I mean by this? It means that if you are a designer, one of the first thing clients will ask is, I want to see your sample designs. Don't just say, oh, okay, I've learned design, but I've not gotten any job in designing. So that's why I don't have any samples. No, no. You need to start using different creativity idea. You can even say you want to duplicate designs and just add. I've had people that have gotten job on Twitter by just sharing a design sample, the design idea they had. I had a lady that was even doing, design challenge, reimagining in a funny way how designs can look like. She's a product designer, UI UX designer. She got some gigs from that. So be your first client, hire yourself, and if in case you don't know the samples to create, just go to platforms like Upwork. I just showed you some job posts and create samples for those particular job posts so that next time they post similar job posts like that, you can have portfolios for them. Then charge what you are worth. Positioning is key. For you to be a smart freelancer, you need to position yourself very well. You need to develop what your USP is. You need to communicate well, and you need to, identify the gaps in your industry that you can fill. Identify your competitors. I showed you competitors' profile. See what they are doing. See what you can do. See what you can do better. Then always think of how you offer value because it makes you valuable. And this helps you to set your rates and price your services well. When you're making your clients money, when you're saving them money or you're saving them time, understand that you're valuable. They are not doing you a favor by paying you. Remember, I told you freelancing at the beginning is an exchange of value and services. So as you're offering them value, because if you look at it, I've learned, as I said, I've been doing this for 10 years now, and I realized that these are things people will hire you for. Your client will hire you because you're helping them to make money. You're asking yourself, how are you making them to make money? Maybe you created a design that they use the design to attract customers. It's making them money. You're helping them to save money. Maybe you are a VA for them. And this also talk about saving them time. I've seen people who are Airbnb specialists, helping clients to manage their apartment, and you're saving them time because they can focus on other things. So if you are doing any of these three things, you are good. Some people do one or two, some people do the three of them. Just make sure you are valuable because you're asking yourself, how can I help people make money? If you are running ads for people, if you are creating copy for people that is making them make money, it means that you are making them money. How can I save them money? If you are giving them guides or you are helping them to organize their things that is helping them to save money, people will keep you, clients will keep you if you are doing this. Now, there are fixed prices and hourly prices jobs, and this is just meaning if you want to, let me just give you an example. Let's use a book as an example. You want to write a book. How to charge fixed price for a book is saying that I'm going to write 10 chapters of this book. And I'm going to charge you $100 for writing 10 chapters of this book. That's what fixed price is. For hourly rate, it means that I'm going to write 10 chapters of this book and I'm going to charge you $10 per hour. It's taking me 1 hour to write a chapter. So by the time you multiply 10 by 10 is equals to 100. That's just the analogy to best explain what fixed price and hourly rate means. Then manage your project and client relationship very well. See, return clients. I was speaking with one of my students recently and he told me that he did an assessment and he realized that throughout last year, he only got two new clients. And he was getting consistent jobs. And all the jobs he got was from clients that he had worked with before. So communication is key. Be reliable. Meet deadlines, have the right soft skills, and trust me, the client will keep on coming back. Then leverage your all-round assistant. This is where I like to talk about AI. This is the fifth point in helping you to freelance smarter. Leverage your all-around assistant. It's very important that you take advantage of the trend that is going on. You can decide to sit down and look, and things will pass by, or you can decide to just leverage because if you are not careful, things will just, you just realize that some people just realize that their skills are becoming redundant. So you have to pay attention to the things that are going on. Even though maybe you don't want to participate, but at least be aware. And that's the word. There are cheat sheets to help you create prompts. There are platforms, that helps you do things faster. I remember when I needed to do a market research for a particular client, and I'm a market researcher. That market research would have taken me 3 days to write. But I used AI now. Be careful when you're using AI because sometimes you can hallucinate. So you have to be careful to understand that it's doing the right things. But I used AI to, because I've taken a lot of courses in prompting, so I know how to prompt to an extent. Now I used AI and I took less than 3 hours for a job that was meant to take me 3 days. Now that's what AI is going to do to make your life easier. Now, if it's making your life easier, it means that you can create value for it and you can exchange those value as a freelancer and make money. It's as simple as that. So there are different framework, advanced framework that people have been using. There are different. You can even use it for personal branding. I like people that create stuff like this, and that's even why I continue to even show their works, because these are things that you can use. For example, let's say you are a LinkedIn person, you're a freelancer on LinkedIn, for example. It means that you can use LinkedIn, you can use maybe ChatGPT or any other AI that you like to use, and create the right prompt. You can use it to create a content calendar. We're running a challenge with my students, and some of them were like, they don't even know what to write. And I gave them a prompt to create a LinkedIn. So let's say you're a virtual assistant and you want to be talking on LinkedIn. Now, you're not telling AI to help you, even though you can even tell AI to help you draft the whole content. But let's not be that lazy. You can tell AI to create the content calendar. So that day, what we did was that, let's say you are will come to my mind now. So let's say you are a product designer or you're a product manager, and you want to be writing content, or you just want to be putting yourself out there. You can tell it to help you create a content calendar, including your posts, like telling it to tailor towards who you want to target and suggest the time to post, engagement strategies. So this is an example of a personal brand, like to help you create a content calendar. It can help you like a lot of stuff. So instead of hiring someone to help you do your personal branding on LinkedIn, you can use AI with the right prompts to do all these things. Even if you're a job seeker, you can use it to upgrade your resume. You can use it to write irresistible cover letters. You can use it to optimize your LinkedIn profile like we did the other time. So use this assistant very well. Use it to make your life easier. Use it to make your life better. Now, there are a lot of challenges, in freelancing. But I've talked about how you can navigate these challenges, and that's why we're here. But one of the things I did a long time ago was I just input the keyword into, because when I was talking about AI, I was just telling people that you can even ask AI all the questions and you get all the answers to them. And one of the questions I asked was, what are the common challenges? And he mentioned them and how to you can even ask it and say, what's the solution to all these challenges? So thank you very much. I hope with this few points of mine, I've been able to convince and not to confuse you. Moderator, I believe we can move to the next part of the program so that I can, use the questions I get asked to talk more. So thank you very much for listening.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That session was a value packed one. Really amazing. All right, guys. I'm sure we have heard Mr. Gbenga. And trust me, he mentioned some things that I know that no. You pay for this kind of information. People pay for this kind of information. People pay for mentorship, people pay for mentoring, people pay for coaching to get this type of information. So yes, he didn't hold back. He said a lot. And I'm sure that in all this that he has said, you might have a question or two, or you might have even definitely have jotted out some things, or if you have more questions to ask him, this is the time. Do well to drop your questions in the comment section. Just look on your phone. Below you will see a place, a box. I think it should be to show something like comments or something. Just click on it and drop your questions there. We will see it here on our end, and I'll read it out for Mr. Gbenga to answer. All right, while we are waiting for other people's questions, I have a personal question. So
Okay.
you mentioned in, I think this last part, you mentioned that as a freelancer, you wrote it as build skills, but you said that this is about building structures, or I think building system or something like that. Please, how can one build something like that as a freelancer? How can you build structures, or how can you build systems as a freelancer?
So there are different levels in freelancing. So we have the newbie, we have the mid-level. I like to just categorize them into three. We have the newbie, we have the mid-level, and we have the expert freelancer. So if you're a beginner, you can start working. And the idea is this: if you're a beginner, you can start working as a beginner, just working, do the work. But when you start getting, because we're talking about building consistent income now. So how do you, to answer your question, When you start getting into the mid-level and the you start getting into the mid-level and the expert level of a freelancing landscape, then you get to a point where you get more jobs than you can handle. So because a lot of people already know that clients know that you can deliver. So for example, I was speaking with a student yesterday. He was getting a lot of jobs. As we speak, he got like 5 different jobs. Now, how does he manage those 5 different jobs? That's where structure comes in place. Because that was why I was speaking with him yesterday. I was telling him, how do you manage this job? Because you need to manage them efficiently. Because when you start getting a lot of jobs and you don't manage efficiently, you don't create the structure, your quality will start to drop. And when your quality start dropping, the client will start noticing and they will start, complaining, or they will give the job to someone else. So creating structures in place include, outsourcing it to the right people, knowing how to work with the right people, because, and this is where I said you need to think like a business owner. Don't think like a gig worker. As a beginner, you can start as a gig worker. Fine, you're just a beginner. But over time, you have the mindset of a business owner to say, okay, as a business owner, Dangote, that's just the best example that came to my head just now. We'll have CEOs, we'll have project managers, we'll have, it works a lot of. Let's not even just use it. Even Tony Elumelu or all the big names that will have structures, and that's what you should think of. Like, yes, you're not at that level, yes, but at your own level, you start thinking of the structures. So maybe do you need to have an executive assistant? And remember that I'm saying that this is when you've left the beginner level, because you're not a beginner, you're getting your executive assistant. Who's going to be paying the executive assistant? So when we talk about consistent earning and the big money, that's where, when you've left the beginner phase, you're in the mid-level, the expert phase, that's when you can start building those structures, your branding structure, then your outsourcing structure, sometimes some people even build agencies and all like that. So those are the things, and those are the things about the system building, structure building that I mentioned.
Okay, okay. Now I get you. Thank you so much. So that means there's even still another market for people that freelancers outwork. So that's another market on its own. That's that's a really amazing one. Okay, so guys, we're still waiting for your questions. If you have questions, please do well to drop them in the comment section. While we're still waiting for other people's questions, I think we still have about 2 minutes. I have another question. So, which platform would you recommend? Okay, let me take this person's question before my question. How can one use AI prompting to create a personal brand as a short form content editor?
So the question is this. For example, let's look at this prompting guideline. You're a short form content editor. What's your plan? What's your goal? So your goal is either you want to brand yourself on platforms like LinkedIn, you want to brand yourself on Twitter, on Facebook, or any place. That's the idea, because the goal determines the prompt. Because, for example, let's even say you're using LinkedIn, for example. Let's just use LinkedIn as an example. Then you can use this prompt, which I showed here. So act as a LinkedIn branding strategist, analyze my LinkedIn profile, suggest improvement to align with my niche, which is short form content editor, right? And attract clients who are going to need my services. Use actionable steps I can implement immediately. That's an example of a prompt. And that answers your question.
All right. I believe so. Thank you so much. Okay, there's another question here. When you first started, you mentioned that you need to have a niche, jobs, what have you, those four things that you mentioned earlier. So this person is asking that can one have more than one niche?
Yes, it's possible. Yes, you can have more than one skills. You can have multiple skill sets. You can have skill sets that are related. You can have skill sets that are not related. But be careful. Don't build yourself too wide. Build deep. About people that will not just use anything. About people that will do that. But please and please try to build deeply. Like, ensure that specialization is key. And let me go to my slide. Let me go to my slide to show you. Specialization is very, very key, and you need to specialize. When you specialize, it helps you get high income jobs, and it helps you get high income money. So that's one thing about the specialization. So you can have multiple skills, but Why will I have 5, 6 small skills when I can have 1 or 2 high income skills that pays me more money? But that answers your question.
All right. All right. Thank you. Okay, so Adeso, I believe he answered your question. And can one change niche? I think
Yes,
he
you
answered that as well. Yes, you can. Then how can we get the prompts? This is from the same short form content editor guy.
So I have some free prompt this thing. I think I'll find a way to I'll drop it in the comment section. You just go back and look for it. I'll drop in the comment section. I have some prompts, some free templates prompt I created for my students, so I can just send them. But ideally, let me just give you the cheat code. The cheat code is simple. You can ask ChatGPT itself. Let me run it for you. And yeah, let me just show you. You can ask ChatGPT itself to give you the prompts that you need. No, I don't have the time to log in. You can ask ChatGPT. Okay, I think we can log in with. You can log in here. Let's see. No, yeah. So, but yeah, you can ask ChatGPT itself to give you prompts. Yeah, that's the answer to that question.
All right. Thank you very much. Another person is asking, he said, please, how is payment made since they are paying in dollars? Do they pay directly into bank accounts?
Yeah, so payments can be made into. So I'm going to be answering the question. I'm going to be showing. I'm answering the last question. I'm showing. This is Copilot. This is not ChatGPT, but they are all the same family members. So, for example, you can just type me, give me 5 top prompts I can use to to improve the branding of my short form content editing, right? The person that asked that question, editing services. So this is a question, and see, can you see? So this is not even what I wanted. Okay, this is just this is not what I. But these are prompts that you can use, and you can always answer them. I want prompts I can ask AI. If it does not give you what you want, you can see. See, this is what we wanted. See, can you see? So we asked the AI, and it gave us the wrong answer. So you can always talk back to it. So I told it that this. Can you see? This is an example of. Can you see? So without collecting my free ebook, for example, you can just go into this yourself and do it yourself. So prompting, I didn't have the time to just go deep, but that's why it gave me the wrong answer. But if it gives you the wrong answer, you can tell it to correct itself. See, so you can see what type of content should I post to enhance my brand. Can you see short form content editing? So that answers your question. Now the other person's question, how is payment made since they are paying in dollars? So there are different ways to receive money. Receiving money is another ball game on its own. There are different ways to receive money. You can receive money from Payoneer. Payoneer is one of the best this thing to receive money. You can receive money from Payoneer. You can receive money from oh god. You can receive money from PayPal. I know PayPal does not really work in this part of the world, so you can receive money from there. Then you can receive money from some platforms. There are platforms, I don't know if I'm allowed to call their names on Digitstem, but there are platforms that you can receive money from, and this platform, they are fintech platforms. Let me just call it that way. A fintech platform, you can Google them, that you can receive money from, and the dollars will enter the dollars, and you can convert it to your naira. That's the answer to that question.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, so somebody is asking for the proposal sample you mentioned earlier.
It's
Is
on
it
my
possible
social
to get
media.
it?
It's on my social media. All these things they are on my social media. Like if you go to, for example, if you go to there's a link in bio that's on my Twitter. You can see my resources there. If you go to my Twitter handle, this is where you can see this Twitter handle, even Instagram. and LinkedIn. There's a link in bio, but basically the free things I mentioned, if I don't forget them, I'll put it in the comment section so that you can always go. Everybody can come back and check the comment section of this live stream. I'll add it there. But you can go to my social media handles. You can follow me on social media across these places, and you can go to the link in bio because my link in bio has. Just go to the link in bio. It's my link tree. Just click on it and look for the free resources.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so let me just ask my last question and then we can call it a good night. Okay, so which platform out of all the, I think you showed us a lot of freelancing platforms that people can use. But let's say like a newbie now, which of the platforms would you advise that the newbie explores first? That's newbie
Okay.
that doesn't have money to invest.
So the newbie should please have money because the best platform is still Upwork to an extent. Why? Why do I say Upwork? Because Upwork gives the chances of you getting a job if you know how to navigate the platform is very high. So please, the newbie should get money. But even though the newbie does not have money, then the newbie can start with LinkedIn. LinkedIn is free. The newbie can start with Fiverr. So I'm a newbie and I don't have money. So that means I can jump on Fiverr, create an account, learn how to navigate Fiverr because it costs me nothing. I can jump on LinkedIn, optimize my profile, optimize everything, apply for jobs there, position myself there. It costs me nothing. And the money I get from there, maybe if my first gig, my second gig, then I can use the money to buy Connect for Upwork. So that's the strategy for a newbie. Remote job, we didn't have time to talk about remote job boards because that would take me another 1 hour. But remote job boards are also free. So that means that you can go to these remote job boards, like we work remotely, like AngelList, all the remote job boards except for FlexJob are free. So that means that you can also go and apply for jobs there. But with that, you need a resume. That's another 1 hour of training. You need a resume that shows that you can apply for those kind of jobs. But yeah, that's the answer to the newbie.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. As I said earlier, this session is wow, 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 wow. It is so value packed. I enjoyed it. I'm sure you guys enjoyed it as well. Um, okay. Just this last one from Bishop. He said, how can I optimize my profile on LinkedIn?"
See, the rule of optimization and is good. I like some people like Bishop that are asking plenty questions are people that get successful. So it's good. If you ask multiple questions, I'll answer you multiple times when I have the time though. The rule of optimizing is simple. Depending on your niche, why not go and check the people in your niche that are doing well. So depending on your niche, so for example, I think you're the short form content editor person. So you are a short form content editor. Go and check for people who are short form content editors. What does their profile? Just go to LinkedIn search, type in short form content editors or just content editors. How does their profile look like? Which profiles stand out to you? Which of these profiles are standing out to you as a potential client? So go through those platforms or go through those profiles and use that to duplicate yourself now and duplicate that on your own profile. Now there's an app. I'm giving them free bonus here, but at least they are valuable. There's an app called Career Flow AI. You can download it. It's a Google Chrome extension and it helps you optimize your LinkedIn. It tells you how you should do better on your LinkedIn. So download the Google. It's a Google Chrome extension. They have the paid version, but don't worry, we're talking about free things here. So go download Career Flow AI. Google it right now. Download the Chrome extension on your PC. Then when you log into your LinkedIn, it will optimize your LinkedIn or tell you all the corrections you need to make on your LinkedIn. And yes, that will also guide you. Then the third thing is, I've mentioned the first thing, checking other people. Second thing, Career Flow AI. The third thing is you can use the prompt examples that we talked about here. Those prompt examples, you can use them and just, I even gave you one. I showed you, I gave you prompts here too. I gave you some prompts here. So why not just continue to ask AI? See, AI is your assistant. Ask it that, copy and paste your LinkedIn profile there and tell it to help you optimize it better. It will answer you. Can you see this? These are examples of prompt. We just did this randomly now, and can you see the answer you get? So just learn to use these things well. So thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Benga. Do you have any other thing for us? Maybe like if people want to communicate with you more, people want to learn from you, people want you to mentor them, hold them by the hands in this freelancing journey. Do you have anything for us concerning that? Before we call
Yeah,
it
I
a
do.
final good night.
Yeah, I do. Thank you very much. I do. I have a course. I have one-on-one coaching programs. I have a course. My course has created hundreds of thousands of testimonials. So I have a course. I have a program that you can have access to if you want to join my community. Have access to my team members. Have access to me. We do classes every week. We have community programs. We have support programs. So yes, and guide. I have one-on-one programs too, where you have access to me one-on-one. Yeah. So then those are paid options. And yes, you can reach out to me in any of my handles here. You can reach out to me, for my paid options via Twitter, via Instagram. You should reach out to me on Instagram because I don't have plenty pending messages on Instagram. On Twitter, I have about 2,000 unanswered messages. LinkedIn is about 1,000 unanswered messages. A lot of people trying to reach me, so that's how busy I am. But Instagram is free. I think I've answered all the message on Instagram. So, but you can you can use any platform you like. I'm just trying to say for people in this morning program, if you want to reach out to me so that I can answer you fast, you can try Instagram. I don't have any plenty unanswered messages there, maybe like 10. So it's easy for me to see your message fast. Yeah, so but you can reach out to me, Facebook to Facebook Messenger. Yeah, I have like 20 to 30 there. But yeah, so these are my social media handles. Reach out to me if you need holding hands, if you need one-on-one mentoring. My one-on-one mentoring is mostly for expert freelancers, so it's premium. But my courses, my programs, my support is for any level of freelancing that you are. You can plug in at any time, and you can succeed. Thank you. And you can follow me on YouTube
All right.
too. Sorry, I didn't even add. This same handle is the same. So sorry for moderator. This same handle is the same. I should have added it. So this same handle is the same for YouTube, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. It's the same handle.
All right.
Or it's
Thank you.
just
Okay.
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very all right, thank you
Moderator.
so much for tonight's session. It was a really amazing session. Um, yes, for everybody asking for his community, you mentioned it earlier. If you missed it, don't worry. You can always watch this session towards the end. You'll be able to catch when he described, when he talks about how to get into his community and much more. Okay, if you had maybe you had network issues or something was off or you came late, no problem. Feel free to watch this. It's available immediately after the session ends. Be able to rewatch it over and over and over again. Simply click on the live session. Just click on the LIVE session. Just click on LIVE session on YouTube. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for coming. Once again, please follow Mr. Gwenga on his social media and also subscribe to this YouTube channel. I mean, I don't know what you're waiting for. What else do you need? We already gave you premium. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, okay, so that you don't miss subsequent live our subsequent live streams. And also tomorrow, I'm sorry, next week Saturday, we are going to be having a live interactive session with our professional. Next week is Valentine, yeah, so we're celebrating Valentine for you. It's going to be something around Valentine. Yeah, that's what we're going to be having next week. So please and please and please make yourself available. It's going to be an interactive session between we, the guest speaker, and you, our beautiful audience. Okay, we're going to laugh, we're going to have fun, and we're going to learn a lot about this whole chemistry of love, the men, women, how to get You understand, it's going to be really, really, really interesting. So make yourself available, please. Please, please, please. Okay? Yes. Once again, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at Digitstem. Follow us on Instagram at Digitstem underscore. Follow us on Facebook at Digitstem as well. All right. Thank you, everyone. Good night and have a blessed week ahead.